Good morning. Welcome to Allen County Constitutionalist Country. We are out here at Mayor Sharon Tucker's State of the City address at the beautiful Grand Wayne Center here in lovely Fort Wayne, Indiana. And it looks like we're about to begin.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Raymond C. Dix Jr., the senior pastor of the Pilgrim Baptist Church here at Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I am tasked with the job of presenting our mayor today. Let me greet all the distinguished elected officials who are present, to the family of our mayor, to the most reverend clergy, to all of the special invited guests, to those who are watching this historic gathering via television or the internet, and most of all to the diligent, dynamic, and dedicated citizens of this great city called Fort Wayne. I stand before you deeply honored to have the noble task of presenting our mayor for her inaugural State of the City address. In doing so, I'm reminded of a quote from the fictitious philosopher Forrest Gump, whose mama taught him, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Now, while that may seem true in many instances, this does not apply to the woman who is our mayor. With her honor, the mayor, we can have a high degree of certainty of whom we get. With her honor, the mayor, we get a God-fearing woman who will not rest in the auspices of her historic elevation, but will work tirelessly to lead in a manner that instills healthy pride and dignity in all citizens. With her honor the mayor, we get an elected official with a personal constitution forged in a deep belief that serving others before self is the best life to live. With her honor the mayor, we can be thankful that we get a person who has the integrity to maintain the time-tested value of right over wrong, in spite of the pressures from without to do otherwise. With her honor the mayor, we can celebrate the fact that we get a public servant clothed with humility, honor, and dedication towards those whom she serves as leader of this great city. With her honor the mayor, we get a rare gem, one committed to building the bridge of community over and above walking the dark path of division. And finally, with her honor the mayor, we can all rest easy in the fact that we get a servant leader who deeply believes in the very things which make a community great: faith, family, and the fortitude to serve all people, regardless of their demographic designation. With this said, it is again my honor to present to you the Honorable Sharon Tucker, 37th Mayor of the great city of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Please rise and welcome her.
Please take your seats. Thank you, Pastor Dix, for that warm and meaningful introduction. I value your faith-based leadership in our community and many years of service and commitment. Let me just say what an honor it is to stand here today as your mayor and deliver my first State of the City address. The support and well wishes I've received since taking office nearly 10 months ago have been heartwarming and appreciated. I'm truly grateful to be leading a city that takes care of one another. When we lost our great friend and mayor, Tom Henry, this community chose compassion, support, love to come together and keep Fort Wayne moving forward. Now we're forging new footprints together as a community focused on helping people reach their full potential while ensuring we're a business-friendly city that's positioned for ongoing success and new opportunities. I want Fort Wayne to continue being a safe, family-friendly, and even more city. You see, I'm a people-focused mayor committed to providing an enhanced quality of life for all. My faith and family guide me each single day. Those two things provide my moral compass to do what's right in a manner that glorifies God and reaches all segments of our community. My mother has taught me to always be kind because you never know when you're in the presence of an angel. My private sector professional background is in insurance and in social services through Vincent Village. And my political background includes time on Allen County Council and the City of Fort Wayne City Council. And together, these experiences have prepared me for this moment. As I continue leading Indiana's second largest city and the fastest growing city in the Midwest, I find myself being most proud of how our employees have a shared mission and vision to do the right thing to make our community the best it can be. Last year provided several glimpses into why Wallet Hub ranked us as the 8th best run city in the country. Yes. And why we're on the map as a city where customer service comes first. Our parks, for instance, have an ability to bring people together and make memories and enjoy life. One of my fondest memories from last year was my visit to Boone Park, where we dedicated a new playground. I met a little girl who asked me to go down the slide with her. And I have to tell you, I wasn't sure at first. But I got over my fears. I got over my fears and I did it. And at the end, my smile was as big as hers. And I'll always remember that day, as it serves as a reminder to live in the moment and have a joyful heart. That particular event was one of many wins for Parks and Recreation in 2024. The much anticipated completion of Phase 1 of the Franke Park Renaissance is already making an impact in our community. From the new entrance off of Goshen Avenue to the beautiful McMillan Family Pavilion, residents and visitors have a new way to get the most out of our largest park. This year, we'll be reimagining the entrance to Foster Park to better serve park users. With feedback from the public, conceptual factors in design, recreation amenities, landscape enhancement, as well as pedestrian and vehicular circulation. This redesign planning process should be wrapped up later this year. In addition, new playgrounds will be installed at all 6 neighborhood parks in each city council district. And I also want to point out that our team is intentional in helping to ensure that the wonderful amenities in our parks are inclusive and able to be used by people of all abilities. As we're always thinking ahead, we turn our attention to something that has been an important part of our downtown revitalization, and that's our riverfront development. Promenade Park continues to be a crown jewel, and we're building on the success with Riverfront Phase 2B by extending the public space along St. Mary's River. Construction will start this year with an extension of the tree canopy trail, boat docks, extension of the urban trail, and much more. It's an investment of $30 million. It's evident that our riverfront development has been very successful. The Tree Line District, led by Browning Real Estate Partners, is a development of the former Pepsi warehouse site. There will be park spaces along with apartments, retail space, and a parking garage. And we're looking forward to construction beginning later this year. The Eddy will be a mixed-use development near the historic Wells Street Bridge. The $45 million venture will include housing units, retail space, and a public parking garage. Barrett Realty Investments is overseeing this project that will get started as well later this year. They've also been the developers of Riverfront at Promenade Park and the Lofts at Headwaters Park. The Landing Exchange is a $20 million investment housing development along the northeast corner of Harrison and Columbia Streets. 40 new housing units will be created, with 20% of those units being considered affordable housing. The Model Group is the developer continuing its successful redevelopment of the Landing. And not far from the riverfront, you'll find many more structures that have enhanced the skyline of the city of Fort Wayne. The Pearl, a 7-story mixed-use development, opened last fall, featuring housing, commercial space, and event space. The building represents a nearly $82 million private investment from Chuck and Lisa Shurat. And across from the Pearl on the West Main Street is the new Star Bank's corporate headquarters. This $45 million investment is an example of Star's commitment to serving its customers and the community. Now, it's my job as mayor to make sure that we have a balanced portfolio for our investments. We have to make sure that we're striking the right note on what we do downtown and how we put our attention and resources toward our neighborhoods. I do want to point out several neighborhood projects that have benefited our economic development position, but also the quality of life for our residents. Village Premier Phase 1 in the Southeast Quadrant has added 208 units of affordable housing. Phase 2 is now underway that will have a much-needed health clinic added to it. And future phases will include affordable apartments for older adults, market-rate townhomes, some single-family homes, and an early learning center. The projected total of investment is $55 million over 3 phases of work. More neighborhood advancements are occurring with the recent adoption of the Packard 2030 and the historic Northeast 2035 plans. And this year we'll begin providing funding for each of the adopted neighborhood plans to help kickstart these projects. Our Department of Neighborhoods is also working to adopt the Northwest and East Central plans in 2025. And doing the basics well is the mark of a successful city. From having Indiana's best tasting water to being forward-thinking and environmentally friendly, City Utilities is leading the way. I was impressed when I first saw the completed microgrid that powers 3 major facilities. This state-of-the-art system integrates more than 12,000 floating solar panels, battery storage, and renewable methane gas. By combining these with natural gas, we've created an energy solution that's cost-efficient for ratepayers, sustainable and resilient against severe weather. And better yet, we're projecting a savings of $60 million on electric bills over the next 40 years. And more innovation comes with the activation of the Deep Rock Tunnel. This incredible project will prevent up to 900 million gallons of sewage reaching our rivers. In just its first month in operation, the tunnel captured 15 million gallons of sewage. The tunnel is built to last into the 22nd century and will protect neighborhoods and our rivers. And this year marks the 18th and final year of the long-term control plan to move our community forward in a spirit of cooperation and teamwork to meet federal requirements. Through this effort, we've been able to impact more than 200 neighborhoods and improve conditions for more than 33,000 homes. But it's going to also be an active year in our neighborhoods with drainage and stormwater improvements as well as water main replacements. A safe and efficient transportation system that serves all users sets us apart as a leading community that's desired by families and businesses. I've long been an advocate for the work overseen by the Public Works Division. And this year we set a record in 2024 for nearly $49 million in neighborhood investments and improvements. And this year, in 2025, we'll have investments of almost $42 million in neighborhoods. Major projects will include street reconstructions in the Harvester community, Mount Vernon Park improvements, Leesburg Road extension, and Bluffton Road bridge work. We'll also begin engineering work for the widening of Ardmore Avenue from Covington to Lower Huntington Roads. And in addition, initial efforts will get underway for the Airport Expressway grade separation project, along with multiple neighborhood sidewalks and alley upgrades. And did you know that this year we hit the milestone of 1 million trips on our trails? And I'll share with you there's going to be a lot more happening on our trails. We'll complete the Hannah Street Trail with final phases from Wallace to Berry Street. The Puffer Belly Trail inside city limits will be completed from Ice Way to Washington Center Road. And thanks to a generous donation from the Van Family Foundation, we're in a position to construct a pedestrian bridge starting in 2026. And this is a much needed amenity for that trail. This year we'll also see construction of the Wheelock Road Trail from Stelhorn Road to Jefferson Middle School. Now, many of you may or may not know that I pride myself on being a fiscal conservative. I know what it's like to have to follow a budget and make wise decisions, both at home and at work. And it's no different for city government. It's our duty to be stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. And I have the utmost respect for our city controller's office as they help navigate the city's finances with my office and city council. We have a collective goal, and that goal is to do what is right for the public. My first budget session as mayor went very well. A balanced budget was passed and included forward-thinking plans while also making sure that we have funds for unknown circumstances that could arise.
Like lawsuits.
It is my pledge to our partners on city council that I will continue to be transparent and available for meetings, because I think it is critical for the executive and legislative branches to work together and trust each other. Public safety continues to be a priority and is at the forefront of my administration. We experienced some hardships last year, and there's a lot more ahead. There's a lot of work to do. But I'm confident that we'll be able to see our way and do the very best for our community as long as we continue to have open communication, use best practices, and build trust. Our commitment to public safety is evident, though, through an 88% clearance rate on homicides. And overall crime, overall crime decreased by 2.8% in 2024. The implementation of a traffic unit that focuses on education and enforcement received support from our residents who are wanting motorists to just slow down and be safer. And this year will be highlighted by staffing for 510 officers. And patrol of downtown area will expand, and we'll create a downtown patrol district. And I'm looking forward to the launch of a Citizens Academy to allow community members to become more familiar with law enforcement. Our fire department responded to more than 23,000 calls for service in 2024. And this year we'll be breaking ground on a new fire station number 5 in Wayndale. There will be staffing for more than 370 firefighters, which is a record. And we're going to expand our fire offering in fire education and fire outreach programs. Our nationally recognized Animal Care and Control Department is a part of our public safety team as well. And through the intake of animal calls for service, adoption, fostering programs, and education and outreach, we're making positive differences for animals and pet owners. And I also want to share my pledge to the community regarding emergency medical services through the Three Rivers Ambulance Authority, also known as TRA. You can take comfort in knowing that TRA and Fort Wayne Fire Department continue to respond to emergencies inside the city limits in a timely and professional manner, and have a strong commitment to making sure that we're saving lives. The safety of our city is strong, and I'm thankful for the men and women of the police and fire and TRA departments. Let's give them a round of applause. One of the accolades from this past year that I'm most proud of is being ranked the top third of the most caring cities in the country.
Stay tuned to watch part
by
2.
Wallet Hub. The study looked at how we care for the community as a whole, how we look after our vulnerable population, and how we treat the local workforce. Volunteering and the share of income donated to charity served as metrics as well. Our high ranking shows we put each other first over personal and private gain and attention. And when we look at our city, it shouldn't be a surprise that we are a hot spot for tourism. Yes. Daily Passport recently named Fort Wayne the most affordable vacation destination in the country. Yes. The unique amenities we provide have set the table for guests to have a memorable experience. Our partners at Visit Fort Wayne are viewed nationally as leaders among destination marketing organizations. In 2024, Visit Fort Wayne led the charge in attracting 9.2 million guests that resulted in $1.1 billion in visitor spending. Another important partner of ours is the Grand Wayne Center. And let me just take a moment to thank the Grand Wayne Center for hosting us today and recognize them as this year marks 40